is a product of its own success, meaning when you're a child and you see little pushkas and you put money in it to plant trees, the reality is planting trees is a mechanism or a tool to achieve the ends and the true objectives of JNF, which is to reclaim the land and preserve the land, enhance the land so that anyone who lives there has a higher quality of life.
JNF does wonderful work in Israel. Through their efforts, they provide food, water, air, and ambiance for its vibrant population.
I'm continually amazed by what is there and what people have created, what people have created from nothing in many cases, and just by determination and faith and will, they have built this amazing country.
Jewish National Fund is in all of our hearts and minds, and it's been for a long, long time. It's been 110 years of activity across Israel.
I'm amazed by the work that JNF does there, the scope of the projects. I think what I'm always impressed by is the fact that the JNF doesn't come in and try to impose something. They try to look where the needs are. They try to figure out what's going on in that area and where the needs are. And they find partners, whether it's funders in North America, whether it's communities who are trying to raise money, and they make it happen.
There were many options in terms of the sponsorship by JNF. After talking about it, we landed on a village in Beersheba, and it is a village, a residential village for autistic young adults. Autism is not something that improves with age. If anything, it becomes more challenging for adults as they age. And the goal of the village was to help these young adults be better prepared and encourage them to integrate into the community to the best of their ability to improve their quality of life.
The most common cause of death in children in the third world is death from diarrhea because they have no access to clean water. An enormous problem globally, and the fact that we could use Israeli technology not only to help Israelis get access to water they need, but to solve an enormous global problem was very, very important to me. The number of children's lives to be saved was going to be enormous, and the moment I saw the possibility of working on clean water, it was an instant hit, again because of its direct healthcare implications. That's Israeli strength. It's a small country with more geniuses and more intellectual property and more intellects that you can imagine.
When Dan and I were honored by JNF Ottawa in 2008, we had a lot of opportunities for different projects. Then we started learning more about the work that JNF does with reservoirs. And there are many different kinds of reservoirs. The one that we raised money for in Mishmar Har Yarden in the Upper Galilee is very unique. What it takes is wastewater, gray water, diverted to this huge reservoir, and it is treated there just enough that it is safe to be used for agriculture. It keeps the untreated wastewater out of the ground. It allows water for irrigation, and it makes sure that sweet drinking water is not being wasted for irrigation. So it really accomplishes three purposes with this one reservoir. So I was really amazed at what could be done in one spot with one project and how many lives would be impacted by that.
Ottawa's Jewish community has had a strong link with Israel, and we had quite a number of projects that we supported in Israel.
And the Jewish community in Ottawa is so fully integrated, not just in their own community, but in the general community as well. They do great things. Think of a charity in this town and you will find a member of the Jewish community associated with it.
JNF is a great ambassador for Israel, if you will, among Jews and non-Jews. It really shows the world what Israel is capable of doing and what the people who support JNF are capable of accomplishing together.
Central to the story of the JNF is the story of water. Our project this year, the Sderot Reservoir, is a perfect example of JNF's commitment to preserving this most valuable resource. As well as being a project of vital importance to the local agricultural community, it is also an environmental success story. Until the completion of the reservoir, treated wastewater will be diverted into the nearby Shikma River, where it eventually flows into the sea. This wastewater not only has a negative environmental impact on the river and the coastal aquifer, which supplies the region's drinking water, but is also a terrible lost opportunity for the local kibbutz farms. Capable of holding 1 million cubic meters of recycled waste when full, the reservoir is in the final stages of construction, and with the support of JNF in Israel and its friends around the world, it will soon be helping to transform the land and the lives of those who depend on it.
I'm very proud to be associated with an organization that supports all of the aspirations of our people, because it is about hope. It's something that the Jewish people, they've never given up on it.
But the challenge is always, how do we engage the next generation? And I think in the case of the work of JNF, one of the big draws for young people is the whole idea of being green. And I think if they can be made aware of the work of JNF, particularly in areas of conservation, in forestry renewal, in replanting trees, in the reservoirs, in finding water or reclaiming water.
They need to feel that they can make a contribution, not just to save Israel, but by saving Israel and helping Israel, we're helping the world.
JNF is forestry.
JNF is water.
JNF is ecology.
JNF is security.
JNF is community development.
JNF is education.
JNF is research and development.
JNF is tourism.
JNF is hope.
JNF is building a strong Israel that we can all share.
JNF is 100% Israel.